Okay, so good evening, guys. Welcome. Hmm. I see many of you are just joining now. So, our last class, we are talking about the navigation here now. How you can be able to design this our navigation using what the default layout. This is just like a basic intro to what for creating a navigation to deep layout. By the time we also move to what to the bootstrap again, you can see how the bootstrap can be able to work to use properly for that the same word navigation again now. You get it? So that is for that. So the last time we talked about the head section here and the and follow with the word the navigation section. We create for that and this page title. So today now we also talk about this subscribe, and we say you want to to replicate this particular section for the custom for the contact us page. So we have this section where we have the form and the the address and the email to design using our our CSS tool now. So that's where we are going to continue from. But before that again, I'm going to remove the border I have for this navigation now, so the navigation will become plain again. So in this case again, I'm returning back to to this section for navigation here. This is the navigation section we create, and that is row 2. So I'm return to my custom CSS here, where the row 2 is. I can set the border for row 2. I set it to to 0. So here now it is 1. So I return back here and set it to 0 here, and I will save it. Once I did that, you notice that the border has gone. So maybe when I through with the or I can set the border for the page title 2 to 0. That's row 3. Okay, so that I can remove the border. This row 3 again, I set this one 2 to 0, and that one too is gone, because those rows are just there to create a section we want to work on. So the section we are working on now is what is this particular row 4. And remember, this row 4 is going to have a 2 div, one div on the left, one div on the wall on the right. The one on the left is going to contain the wall. The one on the left is going to contain the Google map, while the right contain the form. And after that again, we are still going to remove this our subscribe page again, but I will add another extra row for for those information we needed. We'll see what to do here now. So that is it. So back to to here now. I will now return to row 4, because row 4 is for the main content here now. Do you get now? And here is my my row 4 here now. Row 4 already have the 2 column. I have column 1, we have column 2. You just need to write a CSS for the column 1, which is going to be the section for for Google Map. Do you get it now? Why this section is going to be for for HTML contact form now. Okay, that is good. I save it. So now I return back to here again. So after the row 4, I have a section which I say sub div tag, which is there now for div row 1, and let me check. This for sub div tag for row 2. Okay, so I don't have for the row 3, but I'm going to create it for row 4 now. So here now, that's going to be sub div tag for the row 4. So first thing, I define the class, which is column 1 class here. I will now write the CSS rule. So start from the top position for that. I set it to, let me say 5. Where to start is 5 will start from. Okay, and the left position for that too, then I'm going to start from the left side, and let me say 0 now. 0 pz. Okay, and after that again, semicolon, very important. After that again, I have to define the height for that particular div. Since I'm dividing into the 2 equal section again. Do you get it now? So I think I can borrow the value for the height from this one here now. So the height and the left section. I think the last time we create something like that, but I don't know where that one is. I should have commented it. Should have commented it out, not to delete it. Okay, and there's nothing like give up it like this. Okay, we have to create again. Okay, now so I can now use the width now. The width for that particular div, I put it to around something like what? 550, no, let me say 600 pixel. That is the width in form of the pixel. And the height cannot more than the entire height for the wall, row 4. The row 4 is the main div that contains the two columns. So height here is 500 now. So I can use the height here called 500. Okay. I can now return to that column wall section here. Okay. And define the height as 500. And don't forget the background color for it and the positioning arrangement, which is going to be absolute. So let me try another color here now. I'm using the green color instead of this color here to carve out that particular wall section here now. So this is the green color. Okay, I use the deep green here now. That is it now. So let me see the first wall column we have inside that row 4 here now. How to appear here? Oh, you see, I can't see the column. What did I define here? Okay. Let me check again. Something is wrong. The height is 500 pixel, the width is 600, and the top from the 5. Okay, let me change the value for the top now to 15, because this one will be, and the value for the wall left to be 10 now. Okay, the width, let me just make it small, like what, 400 first, and the height too, maybe is what, 400. Let me see where, oh sorry, the reason why this did not show initially is simply because the border is 0. Can you see? I set the border to 1 to 2 for now before I change it to 1. So since the border is 0, that's why that there's nothing, we can see anything here. We can only see the contact form of map. So now I set the border to what? To 2 or 1. Let's see what system gives to us. Can you see now? That is it. So which means that what? The 5 pixel I used for the top here, I have to remove it again so that that particular wall, the div section there can start on the same line where the previous one, where the main div for the row start. I save this again and let me see now. That is it. And another thing again is I can reduce the border wall thickness from 2 and make it to become 1. That is it again. So that means the section I'm going to be using, very good. The section I'm going to be using for this particular one, Google Map, is secure here now. Do you get it now? Unless maybe I want to reduce it. That's the only thing I can do. Since I have something like this one here, Google Map here, and this section for this navigation. So that means I can now reduce it. Since the entire wall height for that row here, entire height for the row 4 is, I think is okay, is 500. So I can use 350 for the height for the wall. I can use 350 for the wall for the column height, so that the remaining wall 150 can use for those address. So since the height is here, I say 350 now, and let me see where the 350 will cover in this section here. Can you see now? That means this is how I'm going to make my Google Map to be what? To be small here, because I'll need another column here now on this section here. So after that again, I can now create another wall column for the wall, for the left wall. This is going to be the, let me put comment here now. Comment like this is telling us that what, this is what we call left wall column, next column for map, for easy understanding data. That is it now, left column for map. So I want to create the right column now that I'm going to be using for what? For the form here immediately. That is it. So and this is going to be column 1, column 2 here now, and this is going to be what? Right wall column for what? For contact form now. Okay, so now, so the same height we maintain it, but the width will maintain. You might say adjust it. But if this one end is width 600, that means the width for the right will follow it immediately. So I can say the width for the wall for the right start from 700. Let me see where this one will reach now. This one start from 700 and height is 250. The left, sorry, okay, the left position will start from 700 because this is where the end of the width is. So I can say 700, but 700 is too much. There will be a space between them. You get it now? But the width here is going to be 600 again. So, but this one might not be the accurate one. You can adjust it. But this time around now, I can use another color here. Maybe I now use red now to define that particular section out. Okay. So I save it again and let me see what system return to us. Can you see again now? So this is where the 700 is. So I can say 650 plus 650 now, so that I can be able to adjust this one properly. So I'm returning back to here. I increase the width of the column 1 to 650 or 660, and this one too now. That means the left position is going to start from 660, 661. So instead of 700, it will start from what? 660, 661 now. Okay. And this particular will still be 650 again. So that I can read the end. So let's see the position now, whether it matches. Good. That's it. But there is a little bit of something around 5 here now. If now that one, I'm giving the space, instead of this one start from 661, I can say start from 666. That is plus 5. Okay. So once I save this one again, I think you see there's a space between them, but not enough between the two columns. So I can now increase it maybe by 6 660. No, 660 plus 10, 670. Okay, 670 now. So that means plus 10 space. Let's see where you go. Okay, map more than 10, maybe 20. That's going to be 680. 680 now. And back to here again. Very good now. So I use this row in between to show something like a gap between them. So there will be a little bit of space between the two elements. So I can put my form here now. I can put my form on the right side. I can put Google Map on the left side. Do you get it now? While the next one here is going to be using for what? For email address, contact form, and so on. So now, let me now copy the code for what? For the Google Map. That means I will need a little bit adjustment on that particular code for Google Map now. Oh, why this one is like this? So returning to the wall, to the section where the Google Map is now. Okay, this is where we have the Google Map code here now. So I can copy it from the Google Map now. Select this. Okay, that's it here now.
Recording in progress.
The internet is very bad today. Okay, so I'm copying the code for the Google Map because I want to apply this code for Google Map. I want to apply it to this section now of this particular column. But the width and height here has changed. Currently now, the width which I'm using here for the column 1, the width is 660 while the height is 350. So from this particular this section, I'm going to apply the Google Map to now. Let me put another comment here now so that you can see the section. Double slash, oh sorry, exclamation, double hyphen, and I say Google Map here now. Okay, Google Map here. So the HTML code for the Google Map, I put it down here now. So let me wrap it to the next line so that I can see it at once. Can you see now? That's HTML code for Google Map. But in this code, I need to adjust the width and the height here so that I can be able to do what? To fit into this particular section here now. So, and the section I need to come to now is here. Embedded form. Oh, where is it? Okay, width 100%, absolute position, style div. If I break it down now, okay, this one the code HTML generate. Okay, this is another one, iframe. Okay, try to break it down now. Closing iframe here. Okay, closing iframe here now. Okay, closing iframe here. Okay, and this nice anchor tag and anchor tag, closing anchor tag here now. Okay, that's for this style. And after this, let this over now. We have style, embed, that's inline style now. Okay, we have style. Okay, the width and the height 0, 100%. Okay, so let me undo all this one. I did it to be able to see what missing here, but everything is complete now. So that is it now. So here now, let me see how this particular Google map work out. So this has to be reduced. So good. Okay now, so let me return back here now. So I will need to reduce the, if you look at my CSS I prepare for that column 1, I said the height is 350 here. So the height I'm using for what? For the Google map on this particular code. This is where the height is being specified before. So I'm not changing the height to what? To 350 here now. So that I can be able to fit in inside the section I prepare for it. Can you see now? That is it. So if I'm going to create my form now, my form has to fit in inside this particular section too. You get it now? So maybe I have to start removing some of the other elements I already have in the form again to make sure whatever I have in this form fits into this section. I can just use what the full name, I can say email and the message. So I'll remove some other information like subject and state and button. So if I'm going to put in the form on that section, I can return to the what? To the form, to contact form here now. Contact us here again. Okay. I'm returning to the contact us and move to section where the form is. This is where the form started from. You get it now. Form is going to be inside my div now. I copy the code from the form from here, and this is where the form now will end. Can you see again? So since I'm not putting form inside the TD for column, I'll take it back to what? To my layout section here. The form will now be remain here now inside the column for I prepare for it. So now let me put the comment on this section too. I say well contact what? Contact form what? Here again. That is it. So once I do that, I can paste the code for the what? For the form here now again. That is it. So once the code for the form is here, I can now, let me see, okay, I can now adjust it properly to align with this div. Some of them have moved inside too much. So let me align it before I need to start removing some element from that form. One, okay, two, and three, yes. So like I said before, there's some information I'm going to remove from this form again. Like here now, the first one that I say first name, I change it to a single name, go to be what? To be full name now. So I'm using full name, okay. So I'm going to remove the what? The last name row to reduce it. That's one. Apart from that, I'm going to remove the subject row too. That is two. So, and I'm going to remove the what? The state row too. That is three now. So three elements. So let me leave the message and the button. So this section now mark what? The end where the what? The form is undo here now. So so row like this, pasting the form element. There's some row I need to remove here now. Okay, then let me scatter this form. Okay, so that is it here now. Okay, so this is message now. This section for the message. Okay, so I can remove this one here now. This is the extra space there. Okay, I save it. So let me see what area this form cover here. Okay, no. Okay, this is our form here. Can you see now? This area the form cover, but I need to remove the row between this email and the message here and the button. The form height is still matter again. Something is in between them that create this space here. So let's look out for it. What is that now? We have email, we have full name, email, okay, and we have label for message, okay, that's tr, and row here should be 4, you see 4, and that's to close the word, the message one, the text area, just to close the text area now. So to close the text area tag, okay, to close the text area now. Okay, so that's it now. And the button here now. So what is still, something is still making this one to be what? I have three elements, 1, 2, 3. Maybe the legend I use for this button now. There, let me see, leave that one for now. So where is this one coming from? There's a row between this email and the message here. That row is too much. It's not supposed to be so. So that row is too much. Email and message. Okay, sorry, it's the height. The height I set to this one, I have to remove the height now. Sorry. So that's what I'm making. Yes, I set the height to. Let me remove the height now. You can see. That is it. There's something else I can do to make sure, because when I apply the CSS style to this one now, everything should be changing. So let me copy the CSS rule for this particular one, for this contact us from here now. I think we have CSS for that here. Oh, We have CSS for the form. No. Okay, where is the contact here now? This is the contact. Where is the CSS we use for this form here now? I think we have a custom CSS. I don't know if I apply that CSS, whether it's going to change almost everything there, because CSS have so many rules there now. I only need the section for what? For the form, for contact form. That is it now. Okay, maybe I can copy this one out here now. Okay, this is where the contact form end. Okay, I think with this subscribe button. Okay, so this is where the contact form end now. So I can copy this, okay, and return to the div layout section here. I can now add this CSS for that form. Okay, and I save it now. So let me see how the form now transform. Can you see now? That is it. So that means without even using that particular one padding, you can see there's more space. So if I want this particular form to have something like more space between them, I think because they might be looking like too close here now, so I can return back to the layout here, return to the form section here now, here the form section, and I can increase this number 1 to 5 now, 5 row 5 for the height, and 2 I can apply the padding to the TD. Since only the TD I have is here, I don't use TD. I want there's going to be one padding to the table that control this. Do you get now? I can create a CSS rule for this particular table inside this form now. So that's to add the what? A set padding. Or instead of that height, I can use this one called what? Set padding now. But instead of set padding, let me create a new CSS for that here now. So I say dot one table space now. So I can write this and I say padding padding like a cell column. Okay, let me say padding first. Padding, I apply let me see how the 5 will change this 5 pz. Okay, so I apply this. I don't think this one will work, but let me just try this. I return back here and I see what class equal table space. What was the name here? Come on. Table space. Okay, table space. Okay, now so I save it, and what do we see there? No, I know it won't give me what I wanted again. You get it now. So I can return back here again and remove that particular this. So undo. Okay, that's not what I want. So back to here, back to the layout here, I save this. So back to this again. So, and that padding which I apply, okay, I can still apply it no matter what. Undo. So instead of this padding to be applied to this, I apply it to what? To TD. Do you get it now? TR and TD. I can apply to TR and TD. TR and TD now. This one means what? For every TR and TD, padding space 5. So let me see, because it should be possible. That is it. But that space is too much here now, which doesn't matter. The only thing I need to do now is what? Is to make sure I remove the border for this. Oh no, I remove the border first. I can move this particular fill set. I can raise it up again or define the height for the fill set, because fill text come down too much here now. So I can return backward here again and now adjust my field set. Instead of H3, I want to use what? Paragraph here. I want to use paragraph here. You will notice that the content of this particular field set will move up again a little bit. So when I save this, can you see now? Field set coming up here, and this table is now coming up. So the field set border can be removed if you want to do that. Yes, he said yes. That's my design though. That's my design. I actually did it like that because you can cover the two row. You know this table have a two row. Do you get it now? I just decided let me make my own submit button to cover the two row. So anybody can now readjust what their own now. Do you get it now? To the setting they want. So let me now just set up the field set. Oh, I want to remove the border for the field set here because that field set is what is having the kind of a border you get now that is affecting the entire word design. So I can come down here and say, well, field set here, and I write my rule. I say border now, border of field set column what? Column none, so that system can remove it for me. So can you see now? That's it now. So when I prepare these two now, I can now remove the border for both the Google map and the one and the contact form here now. So returning back to here, I set the border for those two, column 1 and column 2. I set their border one off. This is the first one here, and here now, here is the one, the second one here too. Then I save. So back to here, see. So the last part I want to do now as well is for the email, phone number, there are different columns. If you look at that one, I think we almost have something similar to it. If you look at the first row here, it is like the setting I have for the first row here. I'm going to use the same setting for this particular section here now. That is it. So before that again, let me save this particular